Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. This video is going to be about dabi from the League of Villains. Recently we got more news about dabi, he is Endeavor's son. Everyone thought he was Endeavor's son. I don't think that was a surprise to anybody, but that reveal, it happened in the anime a little while ago. But that wasn't really a surprise to anyone, I don't think. And it was an interesting, thing, because I think dabi's one of the more interesting villains in the entire series. He, it's hard to give somebody firepower and not have them badass. And I liked his design, but also it's kind of fucked up too, because his design is he burnt himself, but he has this super hatred towards his father. And the reason he has a hatred towards his father is because all of his family was deemed failures. And the only one that wasn't deemed failure is Todoroki. And even though, he was really good with his flame quirk and they worked and they were good, Endeavor kind of left him dead, even though Endeavor was looking for him and did look for him. And I've always thought dabi was one of the more interesting ones. Do I think he was the best villain? No. I liked Toga and I liked Shigaraki more. But you have to give him props. His Hellfire is really good, and he's one of the stronger villains for sure. His quirk is useful and really useful in a fight. Who wants to fight against fire? Who wants to fight against fire? Name one person that wants to fight against his Hellfire. And he's done really well against his dad and Todoroki, which I don't think most of the villains in the league would have done as well against Todoroki, because he did really well. I guess when your fire quirk isn't as strong, because Todoroki's fire quirk isn't as strong, and ice wouldn't really do anything, you'd just melt into water. But it seems like his whole plan, from what I've gathered, is he wants to kill his father. He's made his father look like the deadbeat jackass he is to the public. Now, is the public gonna believe him? Probably, because, as they said, he was the first one to say anything. Now, what was Endeavor gonna say? There's nothing Endeavor could have said, to be completely honest. There's nothing Endeavor could have said that would have made him look good in that situation. It was better just to keep your fucking mouth shut, which is what Endeavor did. Endeavor was like, nah, fam. Nah. There's no point in saying that, because it would tarnish his image, and Endeavor's not an idiot. He really isn't an idiot. Now, this is crazy. Well, it was obvious that he was. If you really step back and think about it, it was damn, he was obviously, Endeavor's kid. That wasn't a hard thing to predict. But the way it was done in the story, where first it was told to Hawks, and Hawks was freaking out, looking terrified, because Hawks had kind of, has a hard on for fucking Endeavor. And Endeavor is probably, I think he's the most interesting hero, because he's not what a typical hero would be. Not in the slightest. He doesn't do stuff because of fame and glory and all that crap. He does it because he wants to. He is. He's not a hero, and just to the word, he's not a nice guy either. But he saves people because he wants to be the number one hero. That's his goal. That's his ambition. That's his dream. And he had these kids, and I don't think they were failures, but Endeavor claimed they were, because I don't think he thought they could surpass him, even though dabi's Hellfire was hotter than Endeavor's. But then it would just end up hurting him. He knew that. I guess. I don't know. There's no justification for Endeavor's actions. None in the slightest. There's none that would make him look good in any way, shape, or form. And the fact that, Dabi went through all that, it's gotta suck. Like your dad, I can see why all of the the Todoroki family don't like him. I mean, he's not the most popular hero. I think he got it because he is the strongest and he worked the hardest. It's not just on popularity, because he's not popular really at all. And Dabi is going to make his dad suffer. Like, imagine you thought your kid was dead, you find out he's alive, and you find out he's a villain. Then he's blaming you for all his murders. It's like, man, and you're like, especially for a guy like Endeavor, who kind of cares about his public image just a little bit, because he's the number one hero now, so he has to give a fuck. And he's tried his hardest. He's done all this stuff. He's there's no way to, even if he comes out with hardcore evidence, there'll always be people that will be like, I mean, he did do it. Dabi didn't really, he just left some stuff out, but he did do exactly what Dabi said he did. It's not like Dabi's really, oh yeah, what? Dabi's telling the truth. It's also crazy to me that Dabi won't tell his friends in the League of Villains. He didn't tell them his name. He wanted it to be a grand reveal. And it's crazy how they didn't recognize him at all. But also I guess they thought he was dead, so why would that's the only part that kinda, rubs me the wrong way, is how they did not notice at all. It wasn't even a side comment thing. I get Shoto because he was really young when Dabi, left or whatever. Really young. But Endeavor didn't even, I don't think that idea crossed his mind. I honestly don't think it crossed his mind at all. And that's the sad part. That's the reality of the situation, is that, Endeavor didn't realize this was his kid, so he couldn't do anything about it. So he couldn't help his kid. Now, I think he would have been, no, he still probably would have been a piece of shit. I'm not trying to take away the fact that Endeavor was a piece of shit. I think Dabi would have turned it out different. Because I don't know how it went, but I do think Endeavor's training was probably easier on Dabi. They still trained and stuff. But also his flame was a failure in Endeavor's eye too, so it might not have been. I don't know. But I'm glad Dabi's found a place where he feels like he fits in, even if it is with the League of Villains. He's a good villain. He's a well-written villain. His actions seem to make sense for the most part. He's fighting his brother, because if he kills his dad's star's pupil, then who he wins. But also it seems like he doesn't give a fuck about his family. None at all. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.